recording content live. We're gonna get through this with my kids playing around and screaming in the background and then crying and then screaming in the background. So I am, let's see here. I am recording content right now. I also need to fold. I have tons and tons of clothes to fold, and I actually am using my fancy camera so that I can have a nice version of this video. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm going to keep my phone close so that I can look to see if anybody has any specific questions about motherhood while I am talking about content, marketing, and motherhood and the mess of it sometimes. And then the answers will be in my pre-recorded video when I post it. And I might even do something fancy, like include the angle of my live here and the primary angle right there. Okay, so if you're just joining on live, I'm about to start recording my video on content marketing and motherhood and the mess of it. And I have my children in the background screaming 1 minute, laughing 1 minute, and I'm about to be folding clothes on camera while I am talking. I just need to finish setting up a little bit so that I can get going. And let's do this. This is like what it really is, trying to fix the living room, like what looks kind of nice enough but still like a nice mess, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna tell these kids to stop yelling. If you guys can't handle the TV while you play, I'm gonna turn it off. I don't want to. Then stop screaming. Play nicely and stop screaming. No. What? No requests right now. No, we're not opening up anything right now. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this content. Content marketing, and just so you know, I'm going to be talking directly to my camera, but I will be checking in with my live to see if anybody has any questions about content marketing, balancing it with motherhood, or any other questions that I deem appropriate to answer while I'm actually recording my primary video. But I need to find, let's see here. I'm missing something. I need my microphone. I think it's in my car. So, okay. Liana, hi, hello. And Baha Rudin, hello. Okay, so come walk with me to my car to get my mic. Let's do it. So I went live in my car earlier today, so my microphone is still in the car. I was looking to see if maybe I might get a new mic to be able to keep at home, and then one. Brian, what's up? But it's not an urgent need. Okay, so I have my purse. A kid's jacket, and my mic, and a kid's beanie. And I keep dropping stuff. Okay. All right, let's get to it, because then I gotta make dinner after this. And like my toddlers, they're twins. They're in the middle of potty training. So sometimes they still drop their load in the diaper. And, you know, the funk just like hangs around for a bit. So like right now I'm just like, whew, I got hit in the face right now because I just changed them. So the smell is like still working its way out. All right. No. No.
Can we do a video or two? I promise I'll be quiet.
Come on and you can fold some clothes.
Ready?
Go sit down, baby. No, thank you. You can sit over there and fold. Oh, you can stand over there and fold. Stop. Just hold your clothes, sweetie. Okay. Let me get you some more. No, thank you. Come on. Here. Here, you can take this. You don't know how to fold clothes yet. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
One.
Here.
Oh no.
Here's one. All right, so my big boy wanted to fold clothes with me, so I'm gonna let him. And I'm gonna set up my microphone.
Video.
Okay, but the deal is you come out and mommy talks, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Can I hold my phone?
Not today. No, not today.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't want to start doing the content before I'm ready to set up. I want to start talking about motherhood and content creation right now.
Mom, why did you paste stuff
no.
here?
Yeah, go put that in the
Bathroom.
Yep, thank you.
Done. Oops.
What?
No.
No, just on the counter, please. Just on the counter, please. Thank you.
That's the one. That's one. The top.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right.
Yeah. Mom, look at the jeans. I have the same jeans later.
Very true. Okay. So you guys probably won't be able to hear me as good as some of my other lines because I normally use this microphone for my phone, but I'm using it for my
Camera.
My camera. Thank you. Okay, and let me test the audio because I have been played before. This is me just testing my audio to make sure that I'm not going to get played and that the audio will actually work. Okay, go ahead, test it for me.
Me too, because my babies don't even listen to me.
Oh, because his babies don't listen to him.
Yeah. And I had an ouchie.
Okay, I'm sorry you have an ouchie. I hope it feels better soon.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to this real quick. Can you be quiet for just a minute so that I can replay it, so I can play it?
Yeah.
This is me just testing my audio to make sure that I'm not going to get played and that the audio will actually work. Okay, go ahead, test it for me.
Me too, because my babies don't even listen to me.
Because his babies don't listen to him. Okay. That's so silly, huh?
Yeah. That's so silly.
That's so silly. Okay, so audio sounds good. I'm going to put my little muff on it because it did sound a little muffly, probably because I was talking directly into it instead of naturally talking. And then we're gonna get into this content creation because this is real life.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. I don't want all the commentary, bro. Okay.
Bro.
You call me bro?
Yeah.
You supposed to? You supposed to? Are you supposed to?
Yes. Cause you call me bro.
I can call you bro. You can't call me bro.
I call my dad bro because he's
Yeah, you can call your dad bro all you want to.
all by myself.
Yeah,
But
unless he says no. But I say no. I want you to be a good listener right now. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Now let's not fold it.
Thank you. Fold your pants nicely.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna get started.
Yay, we're gonna get started.
Jameson, I just need you to be quiet during the meeting. Gosh.
You're not doing.
We're not. That's not how you fold your pants.
But look.
Yeah, but that's not how you fold it. So fold it this way, and then that's it. Okay. All right. So go ahead and fold it over here. Okay, scoot over because this is mommy's seat. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna do some laundry and talk about content marketing and motherhood, because content marketing and motherhood, the two together, can be an absolute mess. There's a lot to do and there's not enough time to do it. So we're actually going to fold some clothes and we're gonna talk about content marketing, motherhood, the messiness of it, the beautiful parts of it, and mixing it together to find the time to do the thing that you love, build your business, share your content, share your message, get your voice out there, make money online, and then also make sure that you're prioritizing your family, prioritizing the people and the relationships that's most important to you.
Yeah, it works.
Yes, I want it there on purpose. And as we'll get into it, the flexibility of it all that you need to have in order to not lose your mind or your motivation. Okay, so let's get into it. Let me find some clothes. I got plenty to choose. And in case you didn't know, let's make this even more interesting. I actually am going live right now on YouTube. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be answering those as well. So we're not going to put a lot of pressure on this. Just fold it, please. Okay. We're not going to put a lot of pressure on this. We're just going to kind of go with the flow, and I'm going to do as minimal amount of editing with this as I can, just to show you that it's okay. Everything doesn't have to be completely perfect in order to create the content. So look, there's a lot of people that have content that they create. They're single, they don't have kids, they're not married, and they can spend hours and hours and hours of creating content and the world is fine, right? Nobody's knocking on their door asking for snacks, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nobody's saying, "Mommy, I need a new diaper." No. You know, husband's not saying, "Hey, when are you gonna put all of your content stuff away, your equipment away out of the living room so I can watch the game?" Like, it's a lot different when you have a family versus when you actually have a family, or versus when you don't have a family. There's a lot less unpredictability when you don't have a family. You can do things a lot more randomly. You don't have to plan as much. You don't have as many interruptions. But
look, it's healed.
I'm glad to hear that, sweetheart. And so look, the first thing about content marketing and motherhood to me is having flexibility. Like, I have legitimate real things that need to be done right now. Today's Sunday. Daycare and school is back. Okay, if you keep interrupting me, then you're gonna have to go. Understood? Okay. All right, so flexibility. My son likes to be out here to fold clothes with me. He likes being with me when I'm creating content, but I am setting a boundary saying that you do have to be quiet while I record my video. And I think that that's fair, because when he is talking or when he wants to share a thought or something like that, then he wants people to listen to him. So when it's not his turn to speak, he needs to learn to listen to other people. And now is one of those times. And it really comes down to flexibility, right? Flexibility to, like, is my kid in my content? A little bit, yes, technically. Do I prefer folding pajamas and creating my content right now? Not really. Can you please put your folded clothes over here? Thank you, so that I can have some room to get the other clothes and I don't mess it up. I don't want to mess up your nice clothing. Put your folded clothes right here. Okay. So there's a lot of flexibility, and let me talk about a couple different ways that you need to be flexible. You have the flexibility in kids coming in and out and interrupting. There's the flexibility of time of when you can actually create the content. And then there's a flexibility on the media or medium.
I want to have a tomato to eat for dinner.
No.
Do we have a tomato for dinner, please?
It'll be in the pasta that I make, but you're not going to eat the tomato right now because then we won't have enough for the pasta. The flexibility for the content mediums. Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No snacks?
You had snacks already.
You have water?
Go in your room.
Water?
I'll see you later. There's water in your room. You what?
I just want to help.
No, you don't. You want to interrupt my video.
I don't know. I'll be trying, I promise.
I can't help it. I'm not going to make them leave. But next time, you're going to have to go.
What?
You heard me.
What?
I'm serious. Because you're interrupting. I'm talking right now.
I'm not interrupted.
Thank you kindly. Give me a kiss. Come on. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, are you serious?
Okay. So go ahead. How much Jameson?
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. That was really sweet.
I got to do a song.
They're like Sour Patch Kids. First they're sour, then they're sweet. Okay, please stop interrupting now. Thank you very much. I appreciate you in advance. The flexibility in the, again, in the different things that I said is the three things. Flexibility in, your kids being around and interrupting, the flexibility in the times that you're able to do it, and to actually create the content, and then flexibility in the mediums. So let's go one by one. The interrupting. Now, sometimes you might have a situation where you can actually figure out a way for your kids to be part of the content, but not necessarily the focal point. I don't necessarily want my kids as the focal point in my business content, but it doesn't mean that they might not be around. And so at least for now, I'm not doing a whole bunch with, putting hearts and stuff over their faces, and maybe we might change our minds later right now, but they're kind of young, right? They're probably going to grow up looking a little bit differently when they get older. I'm not big right now, so being able to recognize them on the street is, that's probably like a very low chance, but maybe later we might change our minds. And so when I have my big boy that wants to fold clothes with me, and let's be honest, I could really use the help, it's kind of hard for me to turn him away. It's kind of hard for me to say no, but I gotta create content, right? And so I'm just like, okay, let's put some boundaries on that. Can you please try to be quiet? You can judge how well he's been doing with that or not, but I don't really care because it's my business, it's my content, and I get to choose if it's fine enough. And I think that it is, because I will not hide. I asked you to put them over there, please. I will not hide being a mother in business. I won't hide that. I will not hide the difficulties that come sometimes with mothering and running a business. I will not hide my real life. Thank you, sweetie. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. No. I have more clothes right here. Woo! Yep. Oh, look at all those clothes I need to fold. I told you I have a lot of clothes to fold. I was not kidding. So the flexibility with the time frame. So if you're single, you might be able to say, I'll just wake up in the morning and create content when I'm all fresh and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Make myself a lovely chai latte or something. I don't even like chai, but it just sounded good. And I'll create content after I get out the shower. My kids are waking me up out of the bed unless I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to create content, which I'm actually considering doing because I'm actually considering doing that. All right, thank you. I'm actually considering getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to create more of my pre-recorded videos like this without as many interruptions. No, hey, mind yourself or go to your room. This is your last warning, okay? All right. So, if you're not able to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because maybe you have some kids that wake you up in the middle of the night like I do. So I have a 4.5-year-old, this one, and then I have twin 2.5-year-olds. And so if you're on live, you can see here. And, you know, not everybody sleeps through the night yet. Not everybody sleeps through the night yet. And not everybody is, not everybody's potty trained over the night. So sometimes we have diapers and different things that need to be changed in the middle of the night. Sometimes it's the bed sheets. Okay, thank you for your help. I would like you to go to your room now. So go ahead and take your toy. I appreciate your help.
I just want help.
Yeah, but you're kind of being disruptive right now, and I want you to go now. So thank you for your help. And give me a high five. Oh, that's not good. One more. Ow! One more. Real good. Real good. Make it good. Make it good. Woo! Awesome. Okay. Go with your brothers. Your iPad is in there.
Yay!
So I'll get traded any day for an iPad. Let's just be real. But okay. So close the door. Close the door, please. Okay. There's a lot of excitement. I feel like my light might be a little too bright now, actually. When I think about it. Okay. So now I'm stuck folding all the rest of the clothes by myself, but no problem. No problem at all. Okay. So the time, right? I got up this morning and I was like, man, it would be nice to be able to create content right now. But even though my kids weren't even here and I need to pick them up from my mom's house. They spent the night randomly. We were gonna pick them up, but we ended up letting them stay. I didn't have enough time. And then I picked them up. That's not enough time. Then they fall asleep in the car, and I gotta get like snacks and lunch and stuff ready before they wake up. Not enough time. And then I'm like, this morning I really wanted to wash my hair because I'm like on this journey to take care of myself better. As a mom, I have really, really let go of taking care of myself like the same way I actually put some lip gloss on for you and for me, and drew on a little bit of eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Look, check me out, check me out, check me out. Nothing fancy. Just, you know, a little something to feel spruce, like just to feel a little done up, even though I'm not super done up. And anyways, I didn't have enough time to wash my hair. So I was like, okay, I really didn't even have enough time to like do my hair because I wanted to blow dry it more and flat iron it. But I had to choose. With the things that I need to prioritize and then the things that are just like a want but not a need. Like my hair doesn't look crazy. I just wanted to do it a specific way and I didn't have enough time to do that if I was going to also create content. And so you have to figure out what times you can actually fit it into your life. What I have decided to commit to for this coming year is to actually start planning my content in my calendar, putting it on my on my schedule to say, okay, on this day, I'm going to get up at maybe like 4:45 in the morning and set up all the stuff. Well, actually, I would probably I would set up the stuff at nighttime and then get up in the morning, have whatever I'm going to wear out here so that I don't have to like look at anything in my room. Wash my face, brush my teeth, put the outfit on, do whatever I'm going to do with my hair. And then if I decide to put any lip gloss on or eyebrows on, then maybe I'll do that and then record, right? So I'm thinking about doing that maybe twice a week. I don't know what days those are going to be, but I'm thinking about doing that twice a week. And I actually kind of like the pre-recorded live going on, having the live community on here with me. It's actually strategic in my content marketing, and I'll get into that in a minute. But before we get there, before we get into the strategy, I really want to focus on this timing thing. Here are some other ways that I also find the time. I sometimes stay up really late. Sometimes I get up early. And then if you're working full time like me, I create during my lunch. So I actually go live during my lunch because it's the lowest barrier of entry of creating without having to worry about editing, without having to worry about really the editing. that's the primary part, without having to worry about a set and a lot of equipment. Is just showing up. And so I usually go into my my job's parking garage, and I'll go up a couple levels and I'll find a corner that has good sunlight, and I'll go live right there. And it's been great. I think one of my biggest lives, I've been able to get like 5 hours of watch time during my lunchtime. And so for an hour of time, I get like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of watch time just from going live. But I want to get more into the strategy, but just really the strategy of like going live and stuff. Again, we'll get into that later, but just really focusing on the time as I go live or record content late sometimes when everybody is asleep, or at least the kids are asleep, and my husband like can be quiet like adults are able to do because they understand, goals and things that you're trying to accomplish. And sometimes it's early and sometimes it's on my lunch. And then sometimes I've done a couple times on like my 15-minute break, like a quick snappy something. So that's the flexibility part of it, right? Of being able to find different times to fit the content marketing in. Assuming you feel like me and you want to prioritize the people and the things most important in your life. My family is most important in my life. My faith and our ministry is most important in my life. And being present with my kids, that's going to take priority. So there's some times where I have to set boundaries for my time because mama deserves some time by herself too. Like right now, I let my oldest come hang out for a minute, and then I'm just like, okay, it's gonna take forever. I'm gonna run out of battery, or my camera's gonna get too hot before I'm able to finish this if I keep letting you interrupt me. But we're here, and we're doing it, folding clothes and talking. And so the last part of the flexibility, I kind of went into it. But I'll go into it a little bit further, is the flexibility in the mediums of content that you create. So before this past 3 weeks, at the time of recording this, I was only doing pre-recorded videos. They look nicer. I can use my very nice camera, my Sony ZV-E10. If you want to check out the different equipment that I use, you can come back to the description, and I will have the links to all the equipment that I use. But I have a ring light that lights me up well. I have my Sony ZV-E10. I have my Hollyland Lark M2 lavalier wireless mic, and that's really the equipment that I'm using. I have tripods, a couple tripods that I'm using. And then I have an extended battery and a dummy battery to go into my Sony ZV-E10. So I have this really, really big battery, and then I have a cord that connects it to my Sony camera, and it is a pretend battery that connects to my big external battery. And so that's what I have at home, right? And then sometimes I use my podcast mic that I have over here, but I decided that I'm going to try to make creation a little bit easier. And so I'm using this as an onboard mic instead of using a separate mic that I then have to record onto my laptop. Too complicated, and it's slowing things down. That one does sound better to me. Well, I'm able to control it more because I can go into the settings and change my EQ and all of that and get the nice podcast sound. So it's not that the mic itself is better. I feel like they're pretty equivalent, but I'm able to actually control more stuff before I hit record with that mic. But done is better than none. Done is better than no content at all. And I just want to check in with my live audience because I did see a couple comments here. Let's see here. Follow Your Bliss says, "You go, girl. Mod status. I appreciate you. Follow your bliss life." She requested to be one of my mods, which I feel just tremendously humbled that somebody would want to assist and help. And we haven't even met before, but I appreciate you. I can't wait to actually speak with you sometime. And I hope we can make that happen sooner than later. And I love your content, by the way. I'm gonna try out some line dancing. Check her channel out. Follow Your Bliss Life. Okay, so we're talking about the flexibility. The last part is the way you do your content. So I have been using this fancy setup. That's not possible everywhere. I can't take this and set this up during my lunch. I don't even have any outlets to plug like my ring light up, and that just would look tremendously silly, just being honest. And so then it's like, well, what else do I have? What else can I do to show up and start growing exponentially? I have the lives. And so I've been going live on my lunches and sometimes on my breaks, and then sometimes before work and sometimes after work. And so that allows me to show up every single day and create content every single day. It's been amazing. It has, like, I have grown, like it said, the amount of views that I have grown in the last 28 days is greater than 999%. I was getting a couple hundred views last month, and now I'm nearly to 4,000 views within a month. And I have only been going live for 3 weeks in a row. So it shows me that, one, it is possible to be able to show up in content every single day as a busy mom. But then two, I don't need to only have the fancy schmancy setup in order to show up. It's not necessary. So, like, take off all of the hesitation, all of the I gotta look a certain way, it has to be a certain way. Take off all of those expectations that you've put on yourself and all the requirements that you've made for yourself in order for you to be able to show up, and just show up. Now, I'm not saying hit record without having any plan, because every single time that I hit record, I have a plan. I might not have a script set out, but I know what my topic is going to be. I know what my call to action is going to be. I know what some of my cliffhangers are going to be. And this is something that I talked about earlier in my live that I went live today. So let's see, what did I call that video? I will put it in the description. I will put that live in the description so you can check it out. I went through the whole breakdown. Oh, stop boring content creation. That's what I called it. Stop boring content creation. I went live today, December 29th, 2024. You can check that live out if you want, but I put in there the structure that I use in order to have interesting and not boring content, even if I'm not doing a whole bunch of editing. And one of the things that I talked about was I'm using cliffhangers, like I gave you, about waiting to hear about some of my strategy that I use in order to grow. So, okay, I need to fold some more clothes and we need to move on. So I I said content marketing and motherhood is a little messy sometimes. And sometimes the mess is like in the head, and sometimes the mess is like in the environment. And we have been finding a balance as a family. My husband, he is the more, I don't want to call him a neat freak, he is the more organized one of us both. I like to organize my thoughts and organize my words. He likes to organize a lot of stuff. So, he sometimes he'll hide out in the bedroom like, oh, I just cleaned up the house. Like he did. He stayed up really late and cleaned up the house to like give us a reset a couple of days, and it's like practically destroyed again. And I am very sorry, husband, if you're watching this right now. I love you, and it'll make it all worth it when YouTube makes us enough money to hire more house help. Because right now we can only we can only budget for once a month for someone to come in, and they do an amazing job, and then our kids tear it up in a couple of days, and like we're just like trying to keep it all together before they come back again. But flexibility, right? I think we've hit that enough. The mess. Okay, let's talk about the mental mess first, because I feel like sometimes when you have a sick child, maybe you don't feel good, maybe work is really stressful, maybe just like real life stuff and relationships within family is really difficult at that time. um, Maybe you have your own like mental health things that you're going through. You have stress and overwhelm, anxiety, several things of which I've experienced myself, and you just don't have the mental capacity to get on the camera and create. Like you just don't have the ability. And I've been there. I actually, that was my November. I really, really wanted to. There was, I think, at least 2 different times where I actually like set up my cameras, and then I just couldn't speak. I knew the topic, but I just couldn't find the words. I could not find the gumption to just express myself, because I had like some triggers that like kind of put me in some past trauma, and I was so consumed with my feelings and my emotions that I could not do anything beyond just trying to like heal my mind and my heart and get myself into a better place. And so I want to give you the permission that sometimes if your head is a mess, it is okay to just like let the wave calm down, right? Sometimes the tide is high, sometimes the tide is low, and sometimes you need to allow yourself some time to let the tide recede and let the calm come back. And it takes some time, and you need to make sure that you do things for yourself. That's why I'm like, okay, what's missing in my life right now? And I'm missing a lot of things that have to do with taking care of me. I'm missing a health routine, right? I pulled out all of these different vitamins that I bought with the desire to take care of myself better. And then I just haven't used them, right? Like brand new and expensive too, like Mary Ruth organic, like expensive, not cheap. And I'm just like, okay, let me take all of these out. And the same way that I create a to-do list or a routine for my content marketing is the same way I want to create a routine and a to-do list for myself. What is my hair care routine so that I can take care of myself and feel good about it? What is my skincare routine? What is my washing routine? I tend to do that on Sunday so we can have like a nice reset for the week. These need to be hung up. What is my routine for eating and cooking? Because even though I eat relatively healthy, I eat a plant-based diet, vegan pretty much. I do eat something. I eat like honey, so I don't technically call myself a vegan, but if you eat meat, you probably would call me vegan. I buy mostly cruelty free, all that stuff or whatever, but hey, it is what it is. I do what works for me. But what is my food routine, right? Because I'm like shooting from the hip, is that how you call it? Like shoot from the hip or whatever. Just like kind of randomly deciding what's going to be for dinner. And then that takes a lot of mental capacity. Do I have the right recipe, like ingredients? Do I have everything that I need? How long is it going to take the meat to thaw for the meat eaters? Like, all of those things take up mental space, and then some, it just can like crash and impede on the mental creativity that we have sometimes. And so I want to give you the permission, give yourself the permission to sometimes just stop and take a breather. But then also the permission to just pick that mess right back up and start from where you left off with no holds bar and no sorries necessary, and just, I'm here, right? I didn't do a video like, sorry guys, hope you didn't miss me. Probably nobody really cared anyways. And if you're like me, a habitual like people pleaser and doesn't want to disappoint people, healing people pleaser and doesn't want to disappoint anybody, but I never want to disappoint anybody. But I've come to realize that that's just going to happen sometimes. You cannot make everybody happy. Even with my kids, like I stopped trying to make them stop crying. If they're upset, why don't they get to have their feelings? Because don't tell me to stop crying, because that's how I feel, right? So just, that's the mental mess. The physical mess. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One day you're going to make it big and you can have people do this stuff for you if that's what you want to do. One day. Or I'll say one day you'll make it big enough if that's what you want to do. The dedication, the strategy, with the time and effort and the commitment to improving, learning, improving until you're so good that you attract enough people to your community. But in the meantime, you just gotta let perfect go and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna create the content and I'm gonna be folding clothes at the same time, and it's going to look a hot mess a little bit. And I'm still gonna show up. And what are you gonna say? And if you say something like if you say something negative about it, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe she let all those clothes pile up. It's really only a couple of days, honestly. But I can't believe, like, terrible mom. Like Mel Robbins says, let them say the negative stuff. Let them call you a bad mom. Let them say that somebody's gonna, if this video gets seen enough, somebody will say, I can't believe she banished her son to the room because he was just trying to talk to her. Look, she's talking about balancing motherhood and she just like totally ignored or like just sent him off like she didn't care. Like somebody's going to say something retarded, right? But there are other people that are going to be like, wow, she just creates content with her son instead of saying, I can't do it because my kids won't leave me alone because they love you so much. Right? That's why my son wanted to be with me, because he loves me so much. He loves making videos. And there are times where I let them come and stay. So especially like one of the twins, when I do late night lives, sometimes it's like he knows and his body stays up and he comes and crashes the live. And he's just like jumping on me. And I don't really care, because that's not like my primary content. That's my complementary or supplemental content. It is my supporting content that really helps me grow my watch hours, helps me reach new audiences. But it's like, it's chill, right? But then for my more formal content, like, yes, I'm going to set some boundaries and I'm going to teach my kids to follow the boundaries, or you have to deal with the consequences. So my big boy, he let his curiosity get the best of him, and he couldn't stop asking questions and talking and stuff. And it's like, I have a message to share. And then when we're done, I'm gonna let him come out here and let him do his little let him do his little video, and he's gonna talk about whatever he wants to talk about, and I'm gonna record it, and we're gonna have that memory. But if you continue to let what you think other people are going to say about you and your content creation process and how what you're doing or not doing affects your ability to be a good mom or a great mom or whatever, you will never get where you want to be. Never. I mean, I've had people say things about me negatively before I had kids, while I've had kids, and And if I let that stop me, if I let it offend me so much that it stops me in my tracks and makes me turn around backwards and just leave everything that I've worked up to, it's kind of all for nothing. But just like a good story, oh, this one time I used to create content and I was starting to get a lot of traction, but there's some people that said some negative things, so I stopped. It's not really that great of a story, right? But that come up and that overcome of all the negativity, that's a story. But it takes you continuing and saying, hey, it is hard being a mother sometimes. It is fun, it's beautiful, but it is a mess sometimes. And through all of that, I'm still gonna find a time to find time for myself. I realized that I duplicated some words there. I'm still gonna find the time for myself. And for me, instead of getting my nails done, I actually rather create content because that's like a couple of hours process driving there. It's waiting for a chair to open, getting the nails done. Then you can't really do anything because you got to make sure that they cure. And I'm not really a big gel person. I don't want all of the UV around my nails, so I don't do it very often. My point is that sometimes you're going to have mental mess, sometimes you're going to have physical mess. You're going to have to find a balance with a little bit of okayness for the mess to exist with your creativity so that you can get your content out. Let me see if I can check in on any of these comments here. Let's see. Let's see here. I gotta follow your bliss life says I gotta dip out. Just want to support. Think about making shorts clips. Great quote about being a mom. You use remix function gems. I mean shorts clips from your lives. Okay, perfect. Speaking of that strategy that she said, let's talk about some strategy now. I said that I was going to get into some strategy here because we really want to maximize our efforts in content creation to get as much visibility as we can. And what are some of the things that we can do? We can make shorts content from our lives. We can make shorts content from our pre-recorded content. You can also make shorter content from your long form content. So maybe it's not intended for a live, but maybe it's a shorter video. We're at 47 minutes right now, which means I need to hurry up because this camera is going to eventually overheat, probably like in the next 15 minutes or so. Let's see, where's another shirt? We have the ability to create more content from the content that we've already created. And that is going to help you save some time because if you're a mom, you need all the time that you can get, and you need to keep all the time that you can get so that you can leave some for your family, leave some for your work, for your husband, for your mental well-being, for some quiet time to just relax and to gather your thoughts, right? Like there are some times that I literally stay up late when everybody is asleep. My kids are asleep, my husband's asleep. I stay up late just so that I can have a quiet house to sit quietly by myself, right? To not hear TV in the background or, hey! I'm saying, I have boys, okay? And I'm just like, I hear like banging and yelling sometimes. But man, we have to find the fortitude to be able to do the content creation through the motherhood mess. And I say that because yes, motherhood is beautiful, but there is a mess to it as well. And if you're not being honest with that, then maybe this is not the place for you. Because it is life gets messy when life gets busy. And when life gets busy, there are some details that kind of get lost in the minutia of things, and we have to decide what's most important to address. What is most important to intervene and give my energy to and give my problem solving to and my thought and mental capacity to, and what can I just let be, what can I let live. I remember meeting a woman named Charlotte. I'll probably never forget her name. We were at the park playing. And we had our kids playing there. My kids were a lot younger than hers. And her son kept on saying, "Mom, I want to go." Like it was, little babies there and then mostly girls playing. And he was bored. And she's like, "Oh, in a minute, we just got here." And the daughter's like, "Mom, I don't like this or that or whatever." And she's like, "Oh," and she's trying to figure out what to do for her kids. And I said, "Hey, you know what I tell my kids, even this young?" She said, "What?" I said, "Figure it out." I tell my kids, "Figure it out." "Mom," one of my kids tell me, "Mom, they're not sharing. Figure it out. What do you think you should tell him if he's not sharing?" "Oh, I want you to share. Please. Will you share with me, please? When will it be my turn? Tell me. If I can't have a turn right now, when can I have it? I'll wait." Like, use your thoughts, use your problem solving skills. Because I don't want to have to be the problem solver every single time. Mess, though. Motherhood mess. It is part of the game. It is the beauty of it, in a way, right? And so, teaching my children how to be their own problem solvers, it has been a beautiful thing. It has helped to increase their independence from me and from really other adults needing to solve all of their problems. Of course, I got to step in sometimes. Um, but my kids are able to really kind of handle themselves and say, "Hey, that's not fair. I want to turn." Or like my sister said when the kids were fighting over a toy, and then one of the twins said, "Baby's not sharing," and then the other twin went like, "Here," like and gave it to him, So nobody had to tell him to share. Like he knows, okay, I've had a turn. Now it's my brother's turn. All right. So we need to give our kids. I need to give my kids. We give our kids. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that I and my friend Charlotte, because we exchange numbers. I should probably text her soon. I tell my kids to figure it out. And she told her kids to figure it out. And she was like, "That's it. I realized I didn't have to fix the problem." So, content marketing and motherhood. There is a mess to it, but it's a beautiful journey that you can figure out a balance to. This is not the last video that I'm talking about content marketing and motherhood. I'm going to tell you about what I have planned, but before I do that, I want to talk a little bit more strategy. Okay, so let's recap a couple strategies. One, going live, because going live has exponentially increased my visibility. I have gotten more followers, more views, more watch times than all of my pre-recorded videos combined so far, right? As of December 29th, 2024. So going live helps. And if you can create an environment where you feel like it would be safe enough to create content, without completely impeding on your privacy and on your life, because let's face it, going live, there's a certain vulnerability, right? Your kids can walk in. Like I usually try to put my cameras and stuff in a way that if my husband walks out here and he's not fully dressed, that he's not gonna have his privacy impeded on. Like there's some things, right? Like I was live the other day, and one of the twins walked out the bathroom with no clothes on after he went potty. Like he just like completely stripped down. And thank God that the way that my equipment was, it was like, those funny shows where somebody walks out like without any clothes on, and like there's melons in front, like right where they walk up, and there's a bowl of fruit like right where they walk up to block the personal areas. My equipment like perfectly blocked him so nobody could see on the live. But it's like, you gotta, like, as a mom and mama bear, you have to like protect your family even before you know what they could need protection for, because there are some weirdos out there. There are some people that are going to be naysayers. There are some people that are going to say mean things, crazy things about you and your family. So you decide how much of your family you want to show, how much of your kids you want to show, but know that there is a way for you to find a balance between your content marketing and the motherhood mess. And last thing, I want to help you on your journey. So I have two things that you can benefit from. You can actually go to the links in the description. The first one is you can get my content marketing profit plan, and that's going to help you make your plan, your foundation about how you're going to go about creating your content so that you can actually maximize your visibility. You find the right words that attract the right people, that turn them into customers, right? We want to build a community, and then we want that community to convert into customers. And the beautiful part is, with the right words, they'll convert themselves. No need to convince anybody. So there's one. And then if you just want to join the community and you don't want the beautiful premium gift that I'm giving you, then you can just join the M2 marketing community, which is the magnetic and meaningful marketing community, where we talk about creating a magnetic message, which is attracting people, and then a meaningful message that actually keeps the attention that you've already garnered. And so I have both of those for you in the description. And then make sure that you come back, because we are going to talk about content marketing and motherhood part 2. All right, where we're going to get into some specifics on how we can dive into the planning of content marketing and editing and planning content as a mother that's busy with kids and a family. So if you're interested in that and getting into the details and you want to sit and plan with me, then that'll be the next video of this series. Thank you so much for hanging out. And if you have not done so today, make sure that you share a meaningful marketing message with someone you can help. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Now I need to finish all of these clothes. Okay, so that was the live, and I still have a lot more. Clothes to fold. It's really not that bad. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for hanging out. And oh, you just missed all the live. So click the link in the description and get the content marketing profit plan so you can get some of the foundation of what I shared. And then I'll see you in the next one, okay? Go make sure you watch the replay. Bye for now.